So, we boil it down to a single reason why people either become brokies or get filthy rich. In the last several years, we have been plagued by guru after guru trying to sell you their financial freedom course, and all they tell you in those courses is to go and sell your own course. They never give you any kind of practical advice. So, in this video, we're bringing it back to the basics, and we're giving you practical, and we're giving you real. This is my friend, my mentor, Mark. He is one of the greatest entrepreneurs that I know, and he understands the financial side to business, but he also understands the leadership side, the people side to business, and he doesn't sell a course. Imagine that. But anyways, Mark and I spend a lot of time discussing exactly how we can simplify building wealth for our clients, but also for our new team members, because simplicity is key. If we have learned anything from those gurus, we have learned that the more you complicate something, the less likely you are to succeed. And boy, do they complicate things. So, the last time we were in the office together, I asked Mark, hey man, if you had to pick one, just one, what would be your
number one money tip, right? Is the question? Number one money tip?
Uh-huh.
Number one money tip, I would say, is having economic discipline.
And I know it's not flashy or shiny, but economic discipline is what builds the habits and thinking of a wealthy person. It encompasses the old saying, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach him how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Because the thing is,
a lot of people out there, right, can make a lot of money. And you can make 100,000, you can make 200,000, but without economic discipline, you can still be living paycheck to paycheck, right? Because we live in a world now where everyone is driven by material and flashy things, and they have this ideology that what kind of car you drive, what kind of house you drive determines your success. But in reality,
if Ryan, me, is making $10,000 a month, but I'm also spending $10,000 a month, I will never be able to stop working. I will never achieve financial freedom because I am constantly in the paycheck to paycheck cycle. But on the other hand, if Mark is also making $10,000 a month, but only spends $8,000 and invests the remaining $2,000, Mark is the wealthier person by far. Eventually, he will have enough invested and saved up to live on and no longer need to work. And if we
take a look at how many people have won the lottery or won the lottery and are still millionaires to this day, and think about how many professional athletes, they had a great career, and then after their career was over, they now become broke.
And the perfect example of this is the most dangerous man alive. At least he was in his prime, but the most dangerous man alive had generated around $400 million throughout his boxing career. That's basically winning the lottery. But by 2004, Mike Tyson had built up nearly $40 million of debt and was forced to file for bankruptcy. But to his defense, at least Mike Tyson worked for that $400 million and earned the right to lose it. David Lee Edwards, a man you probably haven't heard of, literally hit the jackpot and won $27 million. Within just 5 years, he and his wife were penniless and back to living in a shed. And
why is that? It's because of economic discipline, right? Because normally what you see people do is that they get a better job, or they get a higher paying job, or they get a raise, or they get a promotion, and they get an upgrade in their pay, but then what they do is they upgrade their lifestyle by buying a new car, buying a new truck, buying a new house. And so you can be making $200,000 a year,
or $27 million,
which in most cases is a lot of money for a lot of people, but still be living paycheck to paycheck. We have clients that make 36 grand a year that have a better quality of life because they steward their money better than somebody making 100,000 and just spending it all on toys and cars and a house and things like that.
And I want to bring attention to a word Mark just used, steward. To steward or to be a steward is to maximize the potential of something or someone. And it reminds me of the story of a wealthy man a couple thousand years ago who had a huge estate and a bunch of servants, but one day he was getting ready to go on a trip. So he called 3 of his servants over and let them know, hey, I'm going on a trip, so I'm going to give each of you a portion of my wealth to watch over just in case anything happens. The first servant got 50% of his wealth, the second got 30%, and the third got 20%. And long story short, the man's trip went well and he was able to return home. And when he got back home, he asked each of the servants what they did with the wealth he gave them. The first servant came forward and said, Master, while you were gone, I doubled the wealth you gave me. The second one came forward and said, Master, while you were gone, I also doubled the wealth you gave me. And to the both of them, the master said, well done, I will give you more. But the third servant came forward and said, "Master, while you were gone, I was scared to lose these coins, so I hid them away and can now give them back to you." And to this, the master said, "You wicked, lazy servant. The least you could have done was put these coins in the bank to earn some kind of interest, but instead, you did nothing." So he ordered the coins be taken away and split between the first two. If you don't learn how to manage $100, what makes you think you can manage $100,000? Most people Mark and I work with don't have six-figure incomes. I have a new guy that just came on with a current income of $3,000 a month. So we're teaching him how to build up different sources of income, but also how to develop his own economic discipline. And he's a 20-year-old guy, so his expenses are fairly low, but a good rule of thumb for your own budget as well is the 50-30-20 rule. This means 50% of your income should go towards your living expenses, 30% towards your saving and investing, then 20% towards your going out to eat, your vacations, whatever you want. It's your fun money. So for this guy with a $3,000 a month income, he is budgeting $1,500 for expenses, $900 for saving and investing, and $600 for all the fun stuff. And now we're not going to invest all $900 right away every single month. We're going to put away $600 towards his emergency fund and then invest the remaining $300. And at this time, the strategies we set people up on average around an 8 to 12% return. So even if his income never increases, $300 a month at 10% for 40 years, because remember he's only 20, he will produce nearly $2 million for his retirement. And these same results are possible for you and anyone else you can think of.
So being able to have the discipline to not go out there and spend all your money on things that make you quote unquote look successful, I think is the most important thing when it comes to money right now.
I hope this brought some sort of value to your life. And one last money tip: it is free to like and subscribe. No pressure though, but thank you. I will see you again in the next one.